one of the assignments for this semester is for you to identify and select a spiritual practice, in the broadest sense of what that means, that you are personally feeling drawn to for some reason. It could be all kinds of things. I mean, we traditionally think of things like scripture reading or memorization or fasting or certain kinds of prayer or certain practices of sharing the gospel or practices of caring for others in terms of social justice. We often think of those sorts of things as a spiritual practice. But really, a spiritual practice can be anything at all that for you, in your life and your context, is something that opens you to just an awareness of God and allows you to express your desire to be led by God in your daily life. So it could be anything from, if you're someone who's physically doesn't tend to pay much attention to taking care of your body, it could be regularly drinking more water or taking a walk a couple times a week. If you're someone who's exhausted all the time, it might be some kind of Sabbath practice where you set aside 2 hours a week to rest and to simply be in the presence of God without an agenda. It could be taking a prayer walk, all kinds of things. And you've been exposed to some different spiritual practices already this semester. So the invitation is for you to respond to something to which you have a little nudge that God might be inviting you to. And what I ask you to do is to specify what practice you'd like to try. You're going to do it for a couple of weeks, and as you do it, you'll journal, and I'll see those journals. It'll be kind of a chance for you and I to dialogue back and forth about how that practice is going. I invite you to reflect on why you were drawn to the practice, what kind of obstacles you anticipate or that you're experiencing, and what you find just experientially, what helps you be faithful to the practice. So that's the invitation, and I look forward to you sharing with me what that is, and to my hopefully being able to encourage you in that practice. So invite the Lord to lead you as you select a practice. I encourage you to select something that is very doable for you right now. For example, if I have students that sometimes want to practice solitude, some silence with God. If you're not used to doing that, you probably don't want to start out with an hour at a time. Practice for 5 minutes, perhaps, first. Ease yourself into things. Don't try and bite off too big a chunk. Select something that feels very doable to you in your life context right now, and we'll work with that together over the next couple weeks.